You can see with Zoe's tattoo here, it's right on the tip of her finger, which means it's quite far away from her heart. So the further away from the heart, the trickier it is for the body to do what it needs to do. So you tend to find that with hands and feet, it takes a little bit longer to actually remove the ink because the circulatory system has got to do what it's got to do, and it's far away. And this is also line work, and you tend to find with line work that it goes a little bit deeper in the skin. So you see that line work is a bit more stubborn than the normal shading. This is going to take us all of maybe 10 seconds to do, very quick. 1064 wavelength, picking up on the black really perfectly. And Zoe's just using the air there to cool the skin at the same time. And that's just bonded nicely. We're going to go on to black ink on the wrist. So again, a little bit further down the limb, so it takes a little bit longer to remove. You can see with this tattoo that it's quite deep, it's quite dark. Dark isn't a problem, the darker the better, but the depth can be a little bit of an issue. You can feel some fibrous tissue there. So with that, we would then use the fractional laser to break down any of that extra skin. We need to take into consideration when we're treating tattoos, the placement of the tattoo on the body, the depth of the ink, the colour of the ink, and the client's immune system. Well done. So what you'll find, as you can see here, we've got a bit better fading, probably closer to the heart. We're going to do the black inks first. Well done, Johnny. Tell me if you need a moment. You can see here that the impact on the fading isn't as strong because it's not as deep in the skin. So it reacts a lot gentler. A lot gentler? Is that a word? Gentler. This laser, it's targeting the colour of the ink, which is why the darker the ink, the better the response. And it shatters those ink particles into smaller pieces, breaks down the proteins which surround the ink, which then allows your body's immune system to recognise it as a foreign body. And that will gradually send in white blood cells to take away these shattered ink particles and flush them through your body's waste system, so the lymphatic system, which is part of the circulatory system. And that is why the closer to the heart, the better the fading you will get. So post-treatment, after tattoo removal, because we've essentially burnt the skin, what's really important is to cool the skin down immediately. And you can get what we call frosting, which is where you get that whitening on the skin, which is a normal skin reaction from heat. And you can get a little bit of swelling, blisters and crusting, that's a possibility. We don't want to see that, it really depends on the depth of the tattoo. So I'm gonna put different aftercare on these areas. To start with, on the fingers, because they're a little bit more awkward to dress, we're gonna put a little bit of cyclophate on there, which is a tissue repair cream. And we're just gonna rub that in. And that's just gonna hydrate the skin and help the tissue repair. For the area that is bigger, we take that off a moment so I get stuck. We're going to apply a little bit of aloe vera gel. Not everyone can have aloe because they can be allergic to it, so we need to check that. We'll pop a dressing over it so it doesn't get mucky, doesn't get sticky. But as soon as possible, soak that dressing off and just let some air get to it. And that'll be it. Simples.